Welcome to the Scale Model Podcast. In this podcast, we aim to entertain, inform, and promote the hobby of scale model kit building with interviews, reviews, and news about the hobby. The podcast is available bi-weekly where your favorite podcasts are found, including iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Stitcher. You can also get it from our website at scalemodelpodcast.com, where you can find show notes, photo gallery, and so much more. You can also subscribe to get notifications on all our updates, new episodes, and video content. Please support the Scale Model Podcast on Patreon. Patreon supporters enjoy early access to content and exclusive contests. Your Patreon support helps us to offset hosting and other costs to bring the podcast to you. Welcome to episode 110 of the Scale Model Podcast, sponsored by Cult TV Man, Sean's Custom Model Tools, and Return to Kit Form. My name is Stuart Clark, and I am joined once again by our regular cast of characters as we celebrate episode 110, 110. I don't know how you want to do it. Anyway, let's start off with Mr. Terry Measley, who's currently has a little bit of a cold. So the odd time you may see him go mute as he packs up a lung or something.
Yeah.
I was going to say
the camera off.
I was going to say how are you tonight? But you know.
Yeah, it's been a phlegmatic day.
I like that.
And night before, really.
And of course, the brand new Canadian champion of the 118th, 116th, 112th, whatever you want to call it, in monster Canadian kits, Mr. Jeff Hayland. How are you?
I'm well. Yeah, they're 118. And I'll be so happy to have them done.
Awesome. Good stuff. No, that'll be good. That'll be good fun. So yeah, episode 110. What would you guys say? 110, 110?
110.
110. All right, we'll go with 110. So we'll do that.
Say 120 volts, so it's 110 volts, 110. Perfect.
Let's hope not. You know, that's the way. That might cure your cold though, Terry. Let's put some voltage through them. Let's put some voltage through them. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, really. All right. On a very cold, at least here in Southwestern, it wasn't as cold as it was, but still damp and cold. Winter's definitely here. What's it like down in your neck of the woods, Terry?
Oh, it's back to being unseasonably warm.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll get that. You can send that up, please.
Ugh.
That would be nice. Thank you. All right. So latest news, exciting news. We finally have, as part of our Heritage Con preparations, I have finally got the piece of gear I've wanted for a while, which is namely the Zoom PodTrack 4. Some of the other podcasts use this. This is a great little portable recording unit. So what it is it basically allows me to have 4 mics, 4 headphones, all in one little battery operated box, of course, to an SD card. So I don't have to take up the big mixing board, the laptop, and all that stuff. Thank you to our Patreon supporters. And I jumped on it because Amazon had a sale. So a sale like 30% off sale. So that will be winging its way to me, hopefully by Wednesday. We're recording this on Monday, the 6th of February. So, and again, thank you to our latest Patreons, all our Patreon supporters for that. I do want to move one thing up. We want to mention the Sean's Custom Model Tools prize draw. Somehow I dragged that whole category up in the wrong spot. So I'm going to throw it back there. All right. So I am sending out the previous two prize winners, and I did do a draw. We're just going to do one this week. We had some more fantastic entries in the mailbag. The next prize draw winner is actually a good friend of the show's. Again, I just threw it all into random.org, and Tim Cavalier's name came out. Tim's been doing a lot of neat reviews on all the podcasts, you know, after show action. Let me, I'm just going to drag the thing over for the guys to see. This is his latest work in progress. Copy. Let's see if I can paste that. Yes, please. Come on. No, you're not going to paste. It's a neat little sci-fi picture. It's obviously going to make me save the picture first. So that's fine. But it looks like a diver, and he looks like he's diving on the wreck of a Blue Angel. You know, go figure. Give me 1 second. Someone tell a joke.
I was just going to say, it's fascinating to me that, the prize draw randomly selects a person who just seems to occasionally review this show. Interesting.
I know. Well, but you know
Well,
what?
that's random. That's what
No,
random is.
it's random. But what's good as well is he has given, he's given good ski.
Yeah.
He's given good advice. So I don't mind. We take it all. There it is. So there's Tim's latest. So he's got a little diver diving on plane. It's kind of cool.
That's
So
cool.
yeah. And I see he's got a 323 Gigant in 1:144 scale in the background, as well as a Kitty Hawk AH6 Little Bird. And
Yeah.
something from Hasegawa. Can't quite tell what it is on the picture. So there we go. All right, that's us snooping in. Okay, let's get on. The Nuremberg Toy Fair was on last weekend. That's on my bucket list. I always want to go because you need to see all the toys, but it's also big for the hobby market, and a lot of the manufacturers there, because it's so early in the year, a lot of them are starting to use it more and more as their launch pad for their 2023 releases. So we did notice a couple. First up, our friends from Merville, Germany. And again, a lot of reboxes, but a lot of neat things as well. They've got the James Bond license. Pardon me. So some cool things there. The DB5, the BMW Z8 from the road is not enough. The Ford Mustang Moonraker.
Oh, yeah, lots. I have no idea what's new in these.
I
in the cars.
I was struggling too.
Oh, it does actually tell you. So the DB5 is a new one in 1/24 scale.
Yeah, so they have released that.
Nice.
They've also worked with Bandai. They're the Bandai license holder for I guess Europe now. So they've got all the Bandai Star Wars kits, the Razor Crest, the Falcon. I think you were saying to Terry that
the perfect grade Falcon. Yeah. It's been a while since that's been out. So if you guys missed it the first time around, it'll be available now through Revell.
Yep. Also the Bandai ATST. I should point out our brand new club president, Frank. He's pointed out he's in a build group where they've decided to build the ATSTs, but you can't do it in a Star Wars scheme. You have to do an alternate. I say it's great because it annoys the rivet counters. So there's all sorts of cool things.
I think Frank's he called it the ABST contest.
Yeah.
Anything but Star Wars.
Yeah, I think I love that. So a lot of neat things coming there. A couple of pages there, various kits from the Star Wars license, Star Trek, Maverick, the Easy Click system. Like they're matching a lot of what Airfix is doing with the Easy Build. Then you've got a new tool, 132nd BF109 G6. And again, what I like to see in the catalog, they're pointing out which ones are brand new or brand new tools. They have an Airbus A300, the 600 ST, the Beluga. That's the big transport plane that looks like someone, blew up part of the fuselage inside. Looks a bit inflative. The other thing I think that I know Jeff's going to be interested in is the 25th anniversary International Space Station, the ISS 1:144. That's a big kit, Jeff, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, it's a big kit. And I remember reading about it that once you get it built, it tends to warp because
I'm sure.
Well, it's because we got gravity, right? You just have to build a zero gravity environment for it.
Yeah, it's not designed for a full-on one-to-one gravity.
Yeah. And of course, they've got the Apollo Saturn V, the Space Shuttle and boosters, the big 196 Apollo 11 Saturn V. Then you've also got some various other ones, exclusive editions of various decals and fighters with various schemes, all sorts of good things. Revell's always had good stuff over the years. Lots of aircraft.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Huge
yeah.
catalog.
Yeah, they've got a huge range. A lot of ships as well.
Let's see what's new in the 48 scale. They're a bunch of these are ICM stuff.
Yeah,
it's like the O2, the Beach 18, which is nice. I don't know that I did ever pick up a Beach 18. I built 2 of the Battle Axe kits years ago.
Oh yeah.
So there's an aversion factor.
And then moving on, they've got like some new parts for their Land Rover Series 3. We're going to talk about Land Rovers a bit better. It seems to be the thing. A lot of engines, German steam engines, and the big boy locomotive. Volkswagen buses. A lot of Volkswagen, different buses and various schemes in that. Not surprising. And the return of the visible V8 engine.
No kidding.
1/4, yes.
Wow.
Page 67 of the catalog, gentlemen. As well as a Camaro Super Sport 396 from 1969. Brand new parts.
Yes.
Fast and Furious.
This is a challenge trying to negotiate these pages.
Yeah. Well, you just go, back and forth.
Yeah, there's a lot there. There's like 100 something. Yeah,
Page
it's a lot.
71, the first diorama set, the SDKF, the 124 West. That's the old Matchbox tooling with the little diorama scheme. I had that kit. Great little kit. You got a couple of figures, a little diorama with a palm tree, etc.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. That's a great idea for getting young kids interested, although they probably aren't going to be that interested in World War II.
No, but Matchbox, yeah, those are the old Matchbox toolings, and they were really, really good. So, yep. And then they got a bunch of the American cars here. They've got in later pages, aircraft, etc. And then, of course, the index at the back, some tools, talks about their painting and finishing systems, etc. So
It's
yeah,
a huge catalog. I mean, frankly, for our listeners, just go to the link and browse
and go nuts.
Yeah,
go nuts. So okay, at Salary, they had a couple of announcements at Nuremberg as well. Some new items in their preview. The link I have here was from a couple of days ago. Just some of the newer items, and again, they were very good at pointing out what is new and what is old stuff. So a lot of mix. The MC 202 Fogor, completely new, a complete new toolkit, 1/32 scale, Italian World War II fighter. It was actually fairly successful. And a lot of stuff back again. They've got NATO pilots and new molds. You get 2 F-104, 1 Mirage, 2 Tornado, and an F-35 pilot. So yeah, again, just indicating what they've got, what's been reissued. A lot of it's, they say back again. That's fine. So it's been released for a while. So yeah,
there's not a ton of new molds here, but that's
not a ton. Yeah,
no, that's to be expected.
Yeah, so there's some, but again, they basically knock off their catalog as well. Moving on to Model S VIT. They did it on their Facebook because, again, they had, at the time when I was getting these, they hadn't updated their main catalog. So this is from the Ukraine. So again, just a little Facebook link. They have some pictures there showing some new tools. It's tough to see. A Learjet 35A from the Falklands War coming soon. Some more flying boats.
Yeah, a lot of the Beria Soviet flying boats, which are kind of cool.
Yeah, a lot of Mirages. They like their Mirages. So again, just as we say, look at the links. And you'll see what's there too. For Model SVT, Tamiya was there. The big announcement there from Tamiya was an F-35 and 1/72 scale. They're going to be working on.
So I was muted. I do want to point out.
Oh, sorry.
Coming soon. For Models Vit, a bunch of the World War II American experimental fighters, the pusher fighters, the Ascender, the Swoos Goose, the Black Bullet. Some of these have been available in the past from like Czech Model, I think, or Special Hobby. Okay. I think the Swoos Goose has not been in 48 scale, maybe Collect Air. So if you want to continue your line of experimental but failed fighter aircraft, these are great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I got pictures of the Ascender when the Air Zoo was rebuilding it. It was in pieces, and they were, down from the start, and they still have it. That's on permanent, probably close to permanent loan from the Smithsonian, but they restored it.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's really
cool.
That's a really good museum to go to too.
It is.
Yeah. I've been there. I'm impressed. You can barely see the SR-71 because it's such a dark room, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
It's stealthy. It's hiding.
And they fly in the summer. So
they fly in the summer.
If you're lucky, you can get out and see one of them or more of them flying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo. All right, we'll switch back to Tamiya. So yeah, they had a lot of their RC stuff at the show, but they did have their new Jagdpanzer 470, the Infantry Set Late War, T50 GMA, the Lotus Type 78 with photo etch parts. It's on as a special sale. They had that at their stand. What I call the John Player Special, but gorgeous looking in black. And like I said, the F-35A Lightning II under development. So what else is interesting here? If you go down a little bit more on their link, it says work, monorail work set, rail set for monorail work. So I don't know what that is, but monorail. They've also got makeup material. So I think this is a part of their weathering material. This is lost in translation. Tire coating agent. So I assume something that's going to make the tires look very weathered. I just want to see if it's a picture of it. Oh, there is tire coating fluid right at the bottom. Product detail. This coating fluid helps remove blushing from old tires and prevent it occurring on new tires, water-based. So I don't know if that's for the RC guys or what, but coming soon from Tamiya. Always cool stuff. All right. And then I did include some show pics from Tamiya Model Magazine. Chris Medding's Interesting Model Company. Yeah, Chris passed this on with some of the stuff. Some of it we've seen before. But it's always kind of neat to see what people are coming out with. So the first one's about 24 pictures from BMAX model kits. Some of the stuff they're working on for their rally cars. Of course, the Space 1999, the Eagle 4 from MPC, which looks nice. The one of the the P-38. They're showing like some rivet decals.
I saw
the Edward Brasson. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
With the black picture there. Yeah, that's kind of wild.
Wow.
That shows you how much detail you can go to. Airfix's or Edward's Spitfire, that wonderful Italeri blue Roadster.
The Bugatti.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful car.
Yeah, and then there's some pictures of some of the other Tamiya items and the Revell items, etc. Bandai. So yeah,
that link to the German page, the IPMS Germany, is really good. It's worth scrutinizing.
Yeah, they've IPMS Germany. They've always done a great job. They always make sure some of their members get out there, and they always have an absolute ton, and I mean ton, pictures of like single kits from all angles. Like they show Airfix's, I think it's 154 scale, the Series 1 Land Rover, the pickup, and you got like 4 pictures of it. So yeah, well worth your while scrolling through. If you're wondering about some of the stuff we're talking about, this is it. They also show Revell's the Quick Click. I know that's the Airfix name, but it's the same idea. It's like Lego, designed for the younger modeler. So that's obviously proving popular. But yeah, just an absolute ton of pictures. So definitely check those out from our friends in IPMS Germany. All right. Hobby announcements. So let's talk a little bit about Wingspan. Interesting book from Wingspan. So the modeling news. Gorgeous. They turned 5 years old, and they've got a new fifth book, World War I, in their latest edition. So this one is covering the aircraft of World War I. We know a few of us that are going to be working on those. I'm just saying, I'm still trying to convince Jeff that between him and another member and someone else talking about it, they could do a Felixstowe build, but no luck on that yet, but that's okay. 10 full featured builds. Yeah, I know. 128 landscape pages. So just gorgeous.
It really is.
Beautiful color pictures and some beautiful builds. And again, showing techniques, what to look at step by step. Just awesome.
And it's 22 euros. That strikes me as a fair price.
Yeah. Multiply it by about $1.50 for Canadian. Yeah, exactly.
So $30. That's not bad.
It's 20% off. It's shipping around February 15th.
Yeah. 128 pages. That seems pretty inexpensive, doesn't it?
Yep. And you can also order it together with the upcoming aircraft weapon of World War I, which is currently printing and will arrive shortly. So it looks like a lot of photos of machine guns and other such things. So yeah, a very good book. I was thinking about Jeff with that one. All right.
I must say it's interesting because you see, I'm looking at some of the pages, and they're like progress builds of in many cases, I guess, wing nuts or rodent kits.
Mhm.
But some people would argue, I can see this on Facebook. I can see this on YouTube videos. Why do I need to spend $30 for a book? I prefer to have the book in front of me.
And
I reuse these books so many times.
Exactly. You know what else is nice too is because it's from the same builder all the way through.
Yeah.
Or quite often, on the internet, the builder's doing parts like here and there, and it's tough to see the whole thing in one place. So this is, as you say, it's got everything there, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous looking photography in that. So, all right, next up, we mentioned this, I believe, one episode ago or 2 episodes ago. So this is now confirmed from a Chinese company called Storm Factory. 2 new F5 Tiger 2s in large scale. Basically the F5 and the 2-seater. We're thinking, they're pretty well almost confirmed that they are the Kitty Hawk molds. Maybe some slight new tools at the time. So basically, the F5EF and the F5N, often used for aggressor screams. The F5Ns are newer. They were designed to replace the older A, B, and Es. So, and again, they use them as aggressors. So this is big 1/32 scale. You also get photo etch, and the first edition ones are including resin engines.
Wow.
So that'll be nice. 6 schemes.
Yeah.
Some very nice ones for the Adversary, the VFC 110 Sundowners, the Adversary Squadron, Republic of Korean Air Force, Singapore, and a U.S. Air Force 5E. And as I said, you're getting the first limited edition. You're getting some exhaust nozzle sets, 3D printed parts, high quality resin. So that's in the first one. Then you get the F5F, the 2-seater. And again, available in both a Sundowner scheme and looks like a Marine scheme, 6 schemes in total. So again, nice looking one. And this aircraft's small enough, you could pretty well get away with it in 32nd scale because it's long but narrow. So
I just don't know that I could go down this far in size anymore.
So you've got that ME323 on order, eh? In 32nd,
right.
or you're waiting for the 24 scale version, the one that you need the new wing of the house for. Yeah, exactly.
I want a 1/32 scale spruce goose. That's what I want.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be fun if they have that at Heritage Con. We'll have to have an extra truck, one for the kit and one for the paint. You'll need to paint it all. Then the spray booth, the paint gun. Yeah. But this is nice. So they don't have a website yet, but HobbyLink Japan is carrying these kits. So just be aware of that. So that'll be neat. So
very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so it's good to see another one. Okay, another book, Modeling News, also reports this one, Airframe in Miniature. This is the number 20 in their series. This is the Lancaster Part 1 from Valiant Wings. It also includes the Manchester. So this is during wartime service. So it sounds like we're going to have a part 2. What do we have here? 272 pages, A4 size, 200 photographs. If you order before February 23rd, you save $3 on your shipping. Again, especially if you're building those big 32nd and 48 scale ones. Looks good.
I mean, you can't see the book, unfortunately. I guess you'd have to go to the link, Valiant Wings.
Yeah.
60 pages of technical info, 60 pages of walk-around info, 10 pages of camo, 25 pages of model builds and modeling information, 200 photographs, color view and side 4 views, 3D isometric views, some extensive full kit builds, and front cover artwork, and a set of scale plans.
Yeah, and it's 29 pounds.
29 pounds, not too bad at all. There we go. There we go. Set of plans, Jeff. You can upscale it and build a 1/18th one. There we go. 1/18th Lancaster.
Yeah, perfect. I built the 1/72nd one that I bought from you on a swap.
That's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
I was pleased with that one. Now I just need to buy a 1/48 one from you because I mean you're my supplier. So
That's right.
There
I'm
you
your
go.
crack dealer. Yeah, we'll
You
have to
can
work on
find
that
those though. They do pop up
once in
a
a
Oh, yeah.
while.
lot.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're super cheap at the
Yeah.
local. You know, good.
At the local Goodwill, the two of them I got were super
I've-
cheap. Yeah.
I've got a Manchester conversion set for that
Oh yeah.
Tamiya set. Yeah,
Oh, interesting. Okay, cool.
those big radial engines on it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, very, very good looking series. And Valiant Wings does a lot of interesting stuff. We've talked about them before. So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do
So,
some.
so this next one is where Stuart basically Terry and I just shut up and Stuart talks for the next half an hour, right? Memory
My
lane.
lovely Land Rovers. My dad had a series 2 and a series 3. So yep, AK announced at Nuremberg. They're going to have 3 different models of it's the series 2A, the Rover 8, the station wagon, just like what my dad had, and the tow truck. These are licensed by Land Rover, so the accuracy should be there. Again, just gorgeous vehicles, perfect. Especially like the Series 280, 88. People would customize them. You can make it a technical. You got the station wagon there. Just
Yep.
I love the cover art for the Series 2 Rover 8 with the
Yeah.
Belvedere helicopter in the background.
Yep.
Lovely.
Absolutely gorgeous. They all include photo etch parts, detailed engine and cab, and you can make it left or right hand drive, of course.
Of course.
Of
Nice.
course. Of course, yes. I know I would love one of these older ones, but my manual stick shift abilities are not good. Also, my dad's, I was slightly too long for it. I'd have to get the seat rail extenders.
Yeah.
My knees ended up coming between the steering spokes of the wheel. But nice vehicle. Again, it goes like about 60 miles an hour downhill in a tailwind. So it's not really designed for highway driving, but tooting around the country lanes and up and down the fields and that. It's good fun.
Man,
Around in the mud and that.
you couldn't fit in a Land Rover. I would have loved to have seen you try to sit inside my 67
Oh
Triumph.
yeah, no, not a chance. No, I could actually fit in at just the driver's side, because the wheel was so bloody big, and it was huge, right? Literally, I was putting my knee in between the two spokes of the wheel. You can buy now. They do make seat rail extenders because the seat needed to be back another 2 inches. Then I would have been fine. Yeah, my dad was about 3 or 4 inches shorter, and he had the seat all the way back, and it fit him perfectly. The rest of it was fine. The passenger side, I was fine, just because the steering wheel sticks out so much. It was a shame.
My Spitfire, of course, it didn't have power steering. It had a huge wooden steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you shifted into third gear, you changed the radio station because it had the old punch button knobs for the
I
radio.
love it. Yeah.
You better make sure that your third gear radio station is your preferred station.
Yeah, because it just would pop away. Yeah. What did it have? 3 or 4 speeds on that thing?
3 or 4. Oh, it was a 4-speed.
It was a 4-speed. Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah. So
nice little
1,
beautiful
2,
sounds.
3, 4,
Yeah.
and reverse was over and down.
Way
so
over and down. Yeah. Yeah. Don't confuse it with 6.
There's
That
always
would-
a risk of putting it into reverse
I
when
know.
you switch into fourth.
Yeah, that's not good. And what's that tinkling sound we're hearing? Oh, that's just the transmission. Why is Jeff swearing? Well, that's just the transmission.
That's what it does.
I know, but you know what? Beautiful vehicle. Exactly. It's nice to see them in the summer. You still see them. Some of the guys out there. Did you have the flat cap for it? Did you have the flat cap you would wear when driving it?
No.
Oh, dude, you got to have that.
No, I'd lose it because the windshield is so low that my head was above the windshield. So, you're driving, your hair's flying behind you. You better not wear a scarf. That's for
Well, you're supposed to staple it to your head.
That's what there was my mistake. There was
your mistake. So anyway, all right, Hasegawa. Not a lot of new items here, but always good to see what they have. Let me just go down to the link.
Is there a way to switch this to English?
Yeah, if you use Chrome or whatever, it should automatically translate.
Oh, I don't use Chrome.
Well, that'll teach you.
Never mind. Okay, I'll just go with the Japanese.
And of course, now I'm trying to open it, and it's not opening on me.
It just takes a little time.
Yeah. Yeah. One of you guys want to start?
I love the lighthouse ship, the 1350. Looks like a lighthouse ship anyway.
Yeah, I didn't actually have it open, so oh, there it goes.
Yeah.
I looked at it earlier, didn't see a lot of new stuff, but the re-releases are nice on the Valkyries and such.
Yeah, some nice Valkyries for sure.
The 1/350th, that is, I think that's the Soya, isn't it? Yeah, it's the Soya.
Mhm.
The research that's been released several times.
I'm kind of interested in that one.
I think I have two of those because the second release had a dog sled team, so I had to buy that.
Of course. Of course he did.
And they were like, I don't know, they were like 48ths or 28 millimeter or something like that. They were a nice scale.
Yeah,
I see they have,
Antarctic research vessel.
Yeah.
Very
nice.
I see they have photo etch parts for a VF1
Yeah.
Valkyrie and 148th. I haven't seen those before. I know it's
I've got to do a stock up.
Yeah, well, I know our local store here and friend of our local club, Neo Tokyo in London, Ontario. They mentioned they're going to be doing an order. They're finally able to order some stuff from Bandai and Hasegawa. So there might be a couple of Valkyries winging their way over eventually.
Yeah, nice.
I'm thinking there might be a few, and then of course, I'll just have to get some masks from our friends at Return to Kit Form.
And they have this whole line of 35th scale agricultural vehicles.
Yeah.
I did pick up that rice combine harvester just out of curiosity.
Oh, right. Yeah. What's it like? Does it look good?
In the box. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I remember we were talking about
so many things open, but so I'm not going to do it. But this nice little tractors and
I know they do. Yeah, because I remember we were talking about that ages. I didn't realize you picked it up. That was like last year we were talking about the
I had some order with Kit Links or someone like that, and I'm like, oh, they've got those. Let me throw one of them on.
Let me throw one in. Yeah, cool. Good stuff. So
I love the 1/24th 1970s vintage Honda Civic.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, look at that 3-door hatchback. Remember those?
That's my wife's first new car, and I can tell you, I can certainly certify that can hold a hell of a lot of cases of beer.
Excellent. It may have been slightly, the balance may have been slightly off.
But, no, you didn't want to go very fast.
And you didn't want to brake. You didn't want to brake quickly. You'd be crushed.
No, I was the beer co-op manager for my university dorm, and that was the only vehicle we had to get the beer.
Okay, usually if you're going to do that, you want the pickup truck these days, or you get kegs. But how cool!
Yeah, but
how cool
we didn't have that option in those days.
No, exactly. And your wife was very patient with you, obviously.
She was very kind,
as she still is.
Yes,
as all of our wives.
Less so than she used to be.
Well, she's learned, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, all righty. So that's from our good friends at Hasegawa. Special hobbies. I got to clean up this link, and I still didn't fix it. I thought I fixed this.
This is Hasegawa again. This link.
Yeah.
I tried looking on Facebook to see what kind of new stuff they do, and on their page they've got a lot of stuff, a lot of great.
Yeah,
builds.
It was in their blog. Hang on, I'll bring up the list. A lot of cool stuff coming out again. Unusual stuff, of course. Let me bring it up here. See, folks, this is how we do it. Here we go.
Well, this is how you do it.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right.
If I had to do it, we'd be doing nothing. I'll tell you right now.
Exactly. Yeah, there's the link. Now try that one.
That looks better.
Yeah, it's just text based, but you got some stuff there. What they're talking about. Westland Whirlwind, the fighter bomber, the high-tech 132nd scale, a Fiat G50 and 132nd finish aces. How about a Rheinbold German World War II tactical ground-to-ground of V4, Jeff, in 172nd scale?
Sure, why not?
A rocket. Vigan Trainer in 148.
Yeah, that's nice.
Henkel 177.
Just for the name, I'd get the Schlussschlepper.
Gesundheit.
Exactly. Westland World. Wow, a whirlwind in 132nd. Amazing.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
SNCAC Martinet in 48th.
Yeah,
they do that sort of stuff.
Is that new? Had they done that before? I haven't seen that.
We may have to look that up. We may have to look it up on Scalemates.
Ugly twin-engine French aircrafts. I mean, I'm in.
Give me two. Give me two. Exactly.
sounds like their thing. They
actually the standard versions of them were like a Beach 18 with different engines, but they did things to them.
Yeah, probably. I just want to see here.
It's a tight race between the French and the Soviets for most unusual and interesting designs, experimental designs.
Yeah. But what's good about Special Hobbies is they do a fairly regular newsletter and email and blog posts. So you always kind of see what's happening. A T2 Buckeye.
That's a nice little kit.
Yeah. Special
That's a
markings.
re-release. That's really nice.
32nd and 48th, actually.
Mm.
Looks like here. I'm just seeing if they have it in 72nd as well.
They're re-releasing the Signona, the Fiat BR20.
Seafire.
Sold my old one on the collector's market in time.
There you go. There you go.
Good for you.
Seafire Mark 46. Yeah, and the Kish for cutter, that's like a general purpose small boat they would use for various things. So yeah. So that's
Krieg's fish cutter.
Krieg's fish cutter.
I must see what that is.
Just do a Google search. It comes up fairly quickly.
There it is.
Yeah, it's all sorts. They used it for all sorts of things.
Oh yeah, just a little like utility tug.
But you can basically modify it the way you want and stuff like that. So
all right. Be great for dioramas, that's for sure.
Yep.
It's awesome.
I think so. Yeah, I think
and it would fit in, it probably fit fairly well into an HO scale rail situation too.
It'd be close enough. Yep. For ships in that 72nd, 82nd for HO, close enough. Okay, and then the good friends of the podcast, our good friends at Above and Below Scale Graphics, they've released, it's kind of neat, World War II Allied non-skip walkways for your destroyer and cruiser kits. These are decals, and it looks really nice.
Those are interesting. They look actually like raised detail.
They do. I don't know if they are, but yeah.
Yep, the non-skid walkways. That's pretty nice.
6 times 36 inch. Yeah.
I'm just looking at the aerial photograph of the ships in harbor. The lead in for the article. I'd never seen those non-slip walkways before, but it's an unusual view too. Yeah. So that's pretty impressive.
I should get these for my Tamiya 1350 of Fletcher.
I was thinking of you.
That. I know that's what he's using them on.
Yeah, it's right. There you go.
Yep. So there you go from our good friends of the show.
Wow.
Get Andrew to ship you a pack.
There you go. I'm gonna have a big order with Andrew eventually of what if. I need a bunch of what if Canadian Air Force, not what if, but like modern Canadian Air Force roundels for all my what if stuff. So eventually I'll do that. Plus I've got the Osprey. They did a fictional air sea rescue, Canadian RCAF air sea rescue of an Osprey in bright yellow, and they got the graphics for that, so that's on my list at some point. Okay, and then every so often I pop back into model roundups. It's tough to track the car kits, so this is always a fairly accurate. So this is like for all of the next couple of months, but this is what's coming up for your car kits. Dirt track kits, a very nice 1985 Camaro Z28, 1/24th. God, now I feel old when I look at this. I remember when they were a dime a dozen on the streets. Good friend of my dad's had an IROC one. I got to drive a few times. That was fun.
I'm looking at the AMT 66 Ford T-Bird, and I'm thinking that's making me feel old.
I know. So a lot of good stuff. 66 Thunderbird. Blue Max funny car. Again, a lot of these are repops, but again, they're in demand. And a 2021 Dodge Charger RT coming out in March from AMT.
The Monkey Mobile.
The Monkey Mobile returns.
Hey, with the monkey. Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, and then there's the Razor Crest. I guess that qualifies as a car on this site. Who knows?
Yep.
124 Porsche 917, Le Mans winner, 1970. That looks good.
All sorts of goodies.
Yeah. I don't often look at the cars. I should do that more frequently. Some of these are pretty neat.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan
seeing
Lotus. I like that.
1980 Chevy Monte Carlo. I learned to drive on a 73 Monte Carlo. We went from that, and then we got a little Ford Tempo after that. It was like switching from a tank to a Ferrari. Because that thing was a boat, the Monte Carlo. A lot of power though, but it was a freaking boat. So if you could handle that.
Yeah, boats. Those were boats in those days.
Yeah.
Chrysler Newport, a Chrysler Newport. That's what I
Oh,
had.
How many bodies can you fit in the back seat? Yeah, exactly.
those were amazing. Those were unbelievably big. Those Newports.
They were huge, and we had
Uh,
the bench seats.
mhm.
It was
Mhm.
a great date car. I tell you.
Date
Now,
car.
let's not be telling tales. It's
Yeah.
it's still a PG show.
Good friend of mine when from high school, we were coming back from his brother's stag, and he had had too much to drink. He leaned out and threw up out the back window, and the airstream carried it all over the trunk, and it etched all the paint off the trunk.
Oh man, gross.
I
Not
know,
good.
it's special time, special time, special
Yeah,
time.
not good. Not good. All right, moving on. Scalemates. Their new releases, new tool full kits. So we look at February the 6th. Got a couple of what's this? CSS Chickarora. Looks like it was their
Ironclads.
ironclads. 1 in 32nd scale, so that'd be big. No, that's got to be three. It says 350 on the box. That's an error in Scalemates.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, 132nd would be a good size.
Yeah, 1/350th and then 700 scale.
Yeah, typical
Uh,
ship size. Ship
yeah.
size.
From Trumpeter, looks like a Chinese helicopter, the Z-10 Fierce Thunderbolt.
Studebaker
40.
Champion.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh,
Yep,
always
two
love those.
slightly different schemes. Yeah, an ATV, a Michelli M39 flying boat, racing aircraft with pontoons.
That is a beautiful plane.
Yeah, bunch of Corvettes from Arena Modelli, 1/43rd scale. A lot of different stuff coming out there.
Tons of in 43rd.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm not going to comment on the Frankenstein.
No,
though. I can't bring myself to.
No, we'll just keep going.
Yeah.
1/16 scale Jeep infantry and a 1/4 ton Jeep from Seoul Resin Factory. A 35th scale gun turret, 105 millimeter from a German destroyer from the Kriegsmarine.
Yeah, the shielded.
Yep.
Gun. Yep.
Type 6 shuttlecraft.
Yeah,
Cosmic scale models. Never heard of these guys.
I honestly don't know them. It's in pounds, so it's
And again, arena model with a bunch of Porsches, 356s, 308s. I did like the 308. Beautiful car. Let's see, reactive armor, some stuff from Bandai, a lot of Porsche 911s. Nothing wrong with that. Classic car. Look at
a lot of Porsche.
A lot of Porsches.
And in February 3rd, more Porsche 911s.
Yep.
But there it is. There it is, guys. It's right there. 3 kits in a row. You got to get all 3 of them. The Vespa.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Vespa, the sidecar, and the trailer. The carrier.
1/25th scale or 1/24 scale.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like
I
it.
do too. I like it a lot.
Let's
Resin
see.
kits. Have to see what they're like.
Oh, Starling models, and they've done this for the Airfix kits. 1/600 scale Royal Navy post-war aircraft carrier deck vehicles, and designed for, I think it was the Heller and the Airfix did 1/600th. And Starling, yep, Starling's doing a Sea Harrier in 1/700 scale. And I think we talked about HS models before. They're doing the F-35B Lightning, the flight deck version, in 1/350th.
Oh yeah.
And there's that nice Mercedes 300 SLR from Model Factory Hero, 1/12 scale. That's going to set you back a few.
Wow.
That's big.
That's
a second mortgage.
That'll be a second. And can you just imagine how good that's going to look?
And
you know what? And even you can tell it's a Mercedes. It doesn't even have to have the emblem. You just know, just from the styling.
Nice. That's a nice looking vehicle.
Then we go to a Yugoslav military carriage from January 15th. 2 horses and a little.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff from this Triglav model.
Yeah, a ton of them.
Don't know who they are.
January 14th.
Airplane rocket trailer behind a tractor. I love it. Soviet cart.
Looks like they might be from Yugoslavia. I'm just trying to figure it out. Homepage. Let's see here. Accurate. Yep, various products of Yugoslavian, mostly but not only civilian and military industry. It's a garage. They started as a garage enterprise in 2013.
I like the long gun. You see that one?
Yep.
That's really cool. And the Arctic cannon sled. That's fun too. Pocket Dimension Studios.
What date's that? Where is that?
That's on January.
Oh, here we
12th.
go. The long gun.
Or
The
14th,
long gun.
rather.
Yes, I see that.
January 14th.
Imperial
Yeah.
troop transport.
So these look like, and they're 148, so they're
all
essentially
3D
game
files.
scale.
Yeah, they're 3D files.
Yeah.
So lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff.
I can see a couple of members of our club printing those off pretty quick.
Oh yeah. Yep. Very nice. Very nice.
Oh yeah. And then we're
Alrighty.
back to where we were. We seen the Rhedosaurus. I remember that.
Yeah, and the Hoogars.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, so pretty cool. All right, let's move on to what else is new, namely from our friend Steve at Cult TV Man. All this exciting stuff. He's got some new items here, so we're going to listen to a little pre-recorded ad I did earlier. Let's talk about what's new at our good friends at culttvman.com. As of the time of this recording, it's February 11th. I know Steve and the team were down at JaxCon in Jacksonville yesterday and today and wrapping up. Hope they had an absolutely great time. I'm sure they did. I saw some pictures. Looked absolutely awesome. First of all, let's talk about what's at culttvmanshop.com. They're having a Trek under $20 sale. Lots of Trek under $20. No holds, no rain checks, no substitutions. Blink and you'll miss it. The regular Voyager kit 1000 from Polar Lights. The Reliant, the Wrath of Khan edition. That's the 2020 in 1/1000 scale. The Enterprise from Discovery 1/2500 scale. The 1/1000th Enterprise NX-01 from round 2. That's the 2019 reissue. How about the classic D7 pre-painted 1/1000 from Polar Lights? And then, of course, the classic Enterprise in the Botany Bay 1/1000th, the Space Seed Edition reissue. That and a whole pile more. So definitely check those out. Also, hopefully there's going to see the pre-order of Vampirella 1/8 scale from X Plus, the Chariot from Lost in Space in 1/35 scale. That looks really good. And then waiting on some shipping notices, including the Havoc Marauder from round 2. I know we talked about that kit on the podcast a couple of episodes back, and that looked really good. Flash Gordon and the Martian, the long box release from Atlantis, and the K7 Space Station. This is an all-new reissue, 1/7600th scale from round 2. They're also continuing with their scratch and dent sales, so definitely check out what sort of cool deals you're going to see there. Quite a few, actually, and amazing prices. Again, blink and you may miss it. So that's it from this time from our good friends at culttvmanshop.com, and you make sure you tell them the Scale Model Podcast sent you. Okay, we're back. What's on the bench? I'll start this week. Not a ton of progress dealing with my father-in-law and all that, trying to, take care of 2 households right now, shoveling driveways, and that's keeping me busy, and we're working on long-term care and that. But slow but steady progress on the Beaufighter. I got the wings and fuselage attached. I'm working on the landing gear. What's interesting thing, though, so the fuselage attaches, it fits down into the wings. So the wings are already, you assemble the wings, and it's literally just pops down into the wings, top wings on each side. So I carefully, glued it, pretty good fit, but I either something with the fumes, because I had previously, remember I had mentioned a couple episodes again, I had tried the Mr. Surfacer for filling, because I hadn't really done it. I was very pleased, sanded it well. Well, I went to put it in, and I must have been holding it a bit tight or something with the Tamiya glue fumes, but a good half of the seam right above the wings decided to loosen up. So I had to, after that set, I had to refill that, just finished that yesterday. But again, no big deal, no damage done. It was kind of odd. So again, working on that. I used the Mr. Surfacer again. It does a great job with the sanding. God hand sponges for the win. So it's slowly but surely getting there. I gotta do the final decisions on the upper paints, because some of the Australian schemes, they use a slightly different color in Ward 2. Now, some of them, though, they kept the RAF colors when they were delivered. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have a look. I'm going to see what I can find. I have a couple of ideas already between my Tamiyas and my AKs. So we'll see what happens. Haven't touched the battle mech miniatures in a while. I need to get back to that, but we'll see what happens there. That's me. What about you, Jeff?
Well, I've been working on those 1/18th scale 3D print kits that we talked about the last time for the Jet Aircraft Museum here in London, and one's a CF5D, which is like the Canadian version of a T-38 Talon trainer, and the CT-133, which is like the 133.
Yep.
The classic go-to training jet trainer from the 50s and 60s, well, 50s really. And they, you remember what they looked like when they started. They were pretty awful, and I was using a wood rasp and oscillating sander to try to cut them down and get them smooth. Well, they're looking not bad. They actually don't look bad. Now they're not in the category of anything you'd buy as a commercial kit. No good panel lines. I had to subscribe them on myself, and I can't say that I did a fabulous job, but it's coming up. They're both coming up pretty well. Tomorrow I'm picking up the decals, which are being printed by Andrew Finnegan of Above and Below, and he's doing them for the Aircraft Museum, so that's good for him, supporting the museum, and we'll get on moving along, getting it done. The hard part right now is I'm trying to get all the windshields attached, and yeah, and that's tricky. And the cockpit work is tricky, even though they're going to be ceiling hangers. I kind of want to at least have them roughly look like. I've got pilots in each, and they all look terrible, but from a distance, they will not too bad.
12-foot rule, my friend. 12-foot rule.
12-foot rule. So I want, like right now, I want to get these done so they're off my plate, and then I can finish the Moosaroo thing, because I've got to get that done by March 11th and have the pictures all taken and submitted.
Yep.
So that's really close. It's just a matter of, it's like everybody, when do you say something's finished, right?
Yep. Well, you know what? And we're not the only one. A few of the other podcasts, they're just getting there started. So at least you're out of the gate. You were out of the gate first.
I was out of the gate first, and then I kind of got distracted by all kinds of other shiny objects.
That's normal.
And so now I'll get it done for sure. I look at what everybody else is doing, and of course, in comparison, I think mine looks like crap, but I know
yours looks fine. And you know what? It's going to be one of maybe only two that are actually going to be at Heritage Con.
Yeah,
but then the judging's done. But at least we will gain the people's support and or sympathy. Maybe I'll bring one of the 1/18th kits down just to show how. I think you should, because then you can say, see these panel lines? I used to chisel for the panel lines, right? I think you should. People are very interested.
There's a display table.
Yeah, the guys in our club were interested, and so, hey, maybe we can convince the Aircraft Museum. We'll hang it up.
Yeah, there we go.
You can't miss it. Just don't hang it over the Lancaster. If it drops, it may do damage.
It weighs enough, I'll tell you that. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. What's you up to, Gary?
What's that?
What are you up to?
Oh, jeez, I didn't hear you. I was doing something.
That's all right.
It's your cold.
So yeah, it really is. It was a slow week. I didn't get a huge amount of stuff done. I did spend some time doing some new things, trying to rig that KI-15. Trying to wrap insulators. So I tore apart an old transformer to get the super fine wire out of there, and playing with that with the wire wrap tool, and just to see if I can do it. You gotta have a challenge.
Yep.
I did start painting that Bandai dropship.
Oh yeah.
From I showed you weeks and weeks ago. After digging out the colors I wanted. Yeah, I did have all the Vietnam colors in there, but I didn't.
So what
took some finding.
What paint manufacturer are you using for those?
So right now I'm using a combination of Tamiya and Gunzy stuff. Cool. I just have. Yeah. Make it easy. Yep. I did pick up some of the AK, but I'm going to have to practice with those. They seem really thick. So I did watch a video, and he's like super thinning them down like 70%.
I did a blog post on my own personal blog about my things and what thinners I used. I actually found, I have their own thinner, and I was doing it about 50-50, but I would occasionally drift into 60-40. But I also found doing just a drop or two, or some people were thinning with it with the Vallejo Flow Improver.
Oh
I
yeah.
really found it held, again, it's like any other new paint range. Once you play with it a few times, it brush paints beautifully. I was using the Sky for the landing gear on the Bullfighter. First time I've had to do some brush painting, and it's beautiful for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the flow improver is just useful in general.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it from the model side for me.
Good stuff. Well, spring's not too far away, so
Yeah.
hopefully, which means model shows resume, and Heritage Con's coming up.
I saw
quick.
pictures from that Mid-City show pop
Yes.
up.
Okay. Yep.
They look
Looks like
pretty
they good. Yep. Exactly. Show season's definitely, we've got a couple of shows are starting to line up in Ontario, Torcan and Ottawa, and a few things like that. So
a friend of mine, actually Paul Havarth, a friend I know from Wonderfest, got a gold, I think, in the miscellaneous category for one of those bicycle kits.
Excellent. Oh, is that his?
Oh,
okay, I saw that.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Those were fantastic work.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Fantastic work on that. So yeah, exactly. All right, let's go talk a little bit about another Heritage Con vendor, namely Sean's Custom Model Tools. Now we're going to talk a bit about Sean's Custom Model Tools, one of our other sponsors of the Scale Model podcast. Some very cool things, both 3D printed and the Goodman Super Sanding blocks. Let's start with the Microset and Microsole decal set bottle stand. This is purposely designed for the microscale set and sole. Most modelers over the years, they've tipped these bottles over. So this is a very handy thing. At $14.95, you can put them both together. They're printed in blue and red for easy identification. Comes with a black base, and they actually have little magnets on it, so it helps keeps them in place. Definitely a good deal. I use mine all the time, and I can well recommend them. Let's talk a bit about those Goodman Model Super Sanding blocks, namely the Value Pack combo for $28.99. You get the 80 grit, 180 grit, 220, 320, 400, and 600. Just an amazing set, just what you need. And you can also, if you want, you can also get a super sanding block stand for it, which also really makes life a little bit easier, helps things keep it organized. The other thing too is they have the awesome model tape dispenser for your various tapes. It's basically a 3D printed thing. You put spools of your tapes. It's got a little razor blade to help cut it, and it's really, really good design. So yeah, works out really well, and yours for $19.95. So check out these and other amazing deals at Sean'sCustomModelTools.com, and also on Facebook, and tell them that the Scale Model Podcast sent you. Okay, things we've seen. Our good friends at Barracuda Studios. I see someone else got the email as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some digging through, see what I don't have from them that I could use. Yeah, they're great. He's got a bunch of stuff. If you're doing the 30-second scale, like A4s and stuff, he's got parts for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those are cast, some of them are 3D printed. And some of the sets he's got vac form canopies too in there. So if you want to pose it open, cut your canopy open, then you can use it for that.
And just amazing stuff. So yeah, they have a deal right now for 15th anniversary sale, because they went through some tough times during the pandemic.
They did.
The community responded quite well, and rightly so. So 15% off orders of 40 or more. If you order $100, 20% off. If you order 200, you get 25% off. So as Terry says, a good time to stock up. A couple of things. I got some newer stuff, namely the Tempest from Airfix, the Hawker Tempest, the Mark V upgrade set for their new 72nd scale. I know the Lightning landing gear has been very popular for the BAC and 172nd scale.
Look at that picture. That is incredible.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
That is incredible.
Which one? The one at the bottom from Roy? From Roy's Evelyn? Yeah, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful job.
Amazing.
The other neat one is, it's too big for me, but as Terry mentioned, the A4, if you want to convert it into a Royal New Zealand Air Force A4, they got the Skyhawk conversion there in 132nd scale. They have great schemes, they had some of their Skyhawks in like what I call the lizard schemes, the green on green, and they looked really nice. Yeah.
And it looks like a nice little conversion set too. It's
designed for the trumpeter kit. And
And
again,
it's priced, look, it's 22 bucks.
$21. Yeah, $22. It's
For
30
30-second
scale.
scale
Yeah.
bits.
Yeah. And again, the Skyhawk's not huge by any means, but it's still a good size in 30-second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what's interesting here is this is where the 3D printing makes a big difference. The tail I could see casting, but the bulk of that stuff, and you see some of it is cast and some of it is not. You know, some of these things are just better off printed directly and sent out.
Yep. Multifunction instrument panel, cockpit upgrades, new throttle and stick top, rudder, pedals, and gun sight with clear class HUD glass.
You get a little decal set for the instrument clusters. Look at that.
Fin top, number of blade antennas, early and late, parabrake housing, cooling intakes, and a clear cast high intensity strobe light. Designed for your trumpeter A4E or A4F kit. Definitely well worth checking out. And then, of course, the Spitfire, the Focke-Wulf 190. They've got a Spitfire Mark V cockpit snapshot upgrade. It's replacing resin for some of the stuff in there, designed for the Edouard Mark V, but can pretty well be adapted for anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all sorts of good stuff from our friends at Barracuda Studios, and we wish them all the best.
And remember their decals and everything else. If you're an aircraft guy, definitely take the time to, if you haven't been there for a while, check it out. Take the time.
Now, I missed this one too, Terry, so I'm glad you pointed it out from Alfred Wong.
Al's a maniac.
Yes.
He's enjoying his, I think, retirement, maybe semi-retirement. He builds so much stuff so quickly.
He's a machine.
And does a good job with it.
And
we put a link in here for the Anson.
This is the new one
week in a row with a completed Anson.
And this is the new Airfix kit, so he hasn't had it long.
So he saw pictures of this Irish Air Corps scheme from 1937 and had to do it. And it's really cool.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Very, very nice. Someone has a link
job on the canopy. Nice job on the canopy.
Just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Someone has a link. I think I mentioned the there's an Anson, a 1-to-1 scale one for sale out of New Zealand. Out of New Zealand. I just want to see if there's a price on it here because they have some pictures in that. He spent 10 years converting it. I don't think I can afford it. Yeah, so you know it's expensive where anyone interested in forming a consortium or interested in finding more about group ownership, that's going to be gorgeous. And that's gorgeous. The interior shots are just, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. So he has nothing but good things to say about this kit.
Cool.
This is great.
All right. The next
and there will be another version. He's mentioned that there are cals for the other engines. So, that should be something to look forward to.
Yeah, he's a machine. I'm glad you saw that one. This is a YouTube video that I linked to Uncle Night Shift Martin. He's announced he's going to a longer, more regular schedule. He was doing pretty regular stuff, but as those of us in the arts and crafts industry and all that know, it's tough to maintain a tight schedule, a regular schedule. Like, I know YouTube likes it, but good for him. You got to enjoy it. You can't just think, oh, I got to get this out. That's one thing, with other than the podcast, when I do other videos and that, it's when it's done. So I don't bother. But so anyway, he explains it quite well there, and I fully support him. And make sure if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Uncle Night Shift's page, as we all call him. He's got some amazing tips, weathering stuff like that. So. All right, and the last one. Ooh,
I thought I would do an update on this 1/18th scale Firebird set. If you guys are at all interested in the kit, join the group. It's a private group on Facebook, but they're doing conversion bits. They're doing sets of decals for the various.
Oh man,
these are the production ones right now. The big Firebirds of the different colors.
The black with the red and silver. Oh man,
they're still working on that screen smoking the Bandit one.
Yeah,
that one's not released yet,
but there's some other nice ones. That decal, my favorite is that decal scheme he's got here with the silver and black and red. The middle one from
the red one is beautiful.
The red one's beautiful, but I like that. I like the one with the silver with the red, with the black. Sorry, black with the silver highlights and the gold, like the middle one.
I got to get back to the other browser where I'm logged into Facebook.
Yeah, actually, I'm on this group, so. Obviously, I already joined it when you first mentioned it.
Yeah, I'm logged in on a different browser.
Yeah, no. That's a kit. If I ever found it for a good deal, again, I don't know where I'd put it, but
I think if you want this kit, you're gonna have to jump on it because these
Yeah.
big ones don't get re-released
No,
that often.
they don't. And it's just, again, some of the other detail shots people are doing, some of the
So 3
casting
different
stuff.
eagle schemes.
Yeah.
3 different Firebird schemes here.
Yeah. So I'm talking about the middle one. The
Oh, the
black,
black and
the
red.
black and red
Yeah.
with the white. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah, and some beautiful cast parts if you go down the page here. Wow. Terry, you're an evil man.
Well, look
I
down
know.
farther there.
I know.
They're doing 3D printed wheels
Yeah,
for
I
the
see
different
that.
special edition wheels. And
You know what's sad? Yeah. So yeah, I remember when these were like a dime a dozen, like both kits and 1-to-1 versions.
well, you had to buy 5 of them to get enough parts to make one that
Yeah,
was going to last. So
but still,
yeah.
Revell Germany paint guide. Yeah, beautiful kits, beautiful car. Definitely one of the ones if I was a billionaire, I'd have in the garage. All I need is the hokey hat and the Burt Reynolds mustache, right?
can you pull off the mustache?
No, not a bloody chance.
No, some things don't wear well.
One of them's that. My wife would agree with you there, Jeff. Yes, very much so.
It's called the porn star mustache now.
Yeah. There's a good picture of you with that, right?
Yeah, I know.
For your wedding day. Yeah, that's right. We have that. We
back
have
in
that.
the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. So gorgeous stuff. So, all right. Any other last minute stuff? A nice what I call a nice tight episode this week.
Yeah, and it's good. It's our club is heavily engaged in planning for our fall super show. So
Southwestern Ontario Scale Model Show. Yep. Jeff and I are both heavily involved. Meetings every Tuesday on Zoom.
Yeah.
Going to be fun. We might, here's a little exclusive for our podcast listeners, for the 5 or 6 of you out there. There's a chance we might be at a brand new venue, which will be nicer. Just saying.
I'm hoping.
We're hoping. That's all we're going to say.
I think we have a very, very, very good chance of that new venue.
Yeah, and I think it will be very ideal. A little bit bigger, all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, keep informed. And as you know, we will be there. Jeff and I will be there. We're going to try and do a broadcast there if we're not running around. We'll still try and do a broadcast. We'll be there to meet our fans, just like we're going to be at Heritage Con, definitely. And Terry and Mr. Goodman sounds like they're going to be at Wonderfest.
It's still the plan.
The plan. They're going to be down there looking at all the goodies, representing where Terry is the honorary Canadian when he's down there with the rest of the guys from the club.
And I've got a few guys from the club then now.
Yeah, we do. It's always good fun. Okay, so as always, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, YouTube. I am uploading the episodes now a day or two later to YouTube. For those of you who just want to listen to us on YouTube, and I'm trying to insert some more video and little segments every so often. So I'm going to try and do that more and more. Also, our very own website, scalemodelpodcast.com, where we all contribute pictures so you can see what we're all talking about. So you can see, Jeff's 2 monster builds in all their glory.
Yeah, I've got to send those pictures in from Neil, who's working on 2 16th scale.
Yes, we'll talk about
Tiger
that. We'll definitely talk about that next episode. Yeah, just under crazy. Why not?
Sure. Exactly.
2 Tiger tanks works good. Okay.
One thing I will say, Stuart, is when you get to the stage where you're gonna be doing video, give us a warning so I can shave and clean up a little bit.
Oh yeah. No, it's pretty low res, so you look like a handsome man there. We know.
No. It don't have to be extraordinarily low res to do that.
Well, it's pretty fuzzy at the best of times. Or is that your mustache? I'm not sure. Hey,
no, that's my face.
I know. Like
Jeff
I
is
say,
fuzzy. Yeah,
well, so am I. But see, I'm because of the lighting from the ultra wide monitor, it's blowing my thing out. Like if I minimize, you see, you got a little bit more of me. But
no, put the lights back on.
Put the lights back on. Okay,
blow it out, man. Blow it out.
Blow it out. All right. So, as always, for episode, how can we forget?
How can you forget?
How could I forget? I apologize. Brett and Christy, return to kit form.
I have got to put an order in.
Check out their website, especially if you're going to be ordering some more Macross kits. Because, the home of the home of their masking sets. We might have a couple that I might throw on the raffle table for HeritageCon of their wonderful canopy mask sets, and they're just absolutely wonderful. Other good Macross goodies, definitely check them out at returntokitform.com. So it's return, the number 2, kitform.com. And as always, tell them the Scale Model Podcast sent you. All right, now we're done. I'm just looking forward to Terry's sign off as always. So for episode 110 of the Scale Model Podcast, my name is Stuart Clark.
My name's Jeff Highland.
And I'm Terry Measley, reminding me to drink plenty of fluids and get some sleep, damn it.
Attaboy. Do that. And listen to your wife as she's like stuffing horrible tasting medicines. She doesn't care. Oh dear. I'm sure she does. I'm not too concerned there. All right. Thank you and be well.